Australia is on the verge of retaining and winning the Ashes inside of 11 days of cricket, needing just 4 wickets in Adelaide to clinch the urn. And we're now joined by our favourite Sky Sports cricket commentator, Charles Dagnall. Daggers, I'm not sure whether you're aware, but there is a group of men in Australia at the moment. They wear white and they're moonlighting as the English cricket team. Do you know what's going on?
Baha-ha, baha-ha, baha-ha. Look, I've been dreading this and knowing that I was coming on. And I was talking to a friend of mine saying, oh, you know, what are you doing this evening? I said, oh, I'll just watch a bit of television. And I'm doing Australian morning television. And they went, oh, good luck with that. And I went, yeah, thanks. Look, it has been, 11 days. I feel for those England supporters and the Barmy Army who have spent thousands upon thousands of pounds hoping beyond hope that this was possibly their best chance of winning an Ashes series, and for it to have it all pretty much wrapped up in 11 days is pretty disheartening for them, and it's pretty disheartening for all concerned. It's just gone from one bad case to another, and I'll tell you, Felix, people sort of say, oh, when did you lose the Ashes? When were the Ashes lost? I'll tell you when the Ashes were lost. The Ashes were lost in Perth. They were lost in Perth when England were 100 for 1 in their second innings, or effectively 100 for 1 in the second innings, and they didn't grind Australia down. And sadly, you know, when you've got an opportunity like that overseas in the heat of Australia, with a side that was not at full strength, without Pat Cummins, without Nathan Lyon, or they didn't pick Nathan Lyon for the second test, but without Josh Hazlewood, you've got to take advantage. And England, goodness me, I don't know. Are they one of the most skilled and talented England sides? Yes, they are. But cricket and Test cricket is played in the top 2 inches, Felix, and that is where England have been found wanting.
It certainly is, and you're bang on. And there's one thing we know about the English is when things go wrong, heads usually have to roll. We see that over there in the football. We see it in plenty of other sports. Baz McCollum came out and said that this was the biggest series of everyone's lives, and God forbid we believed him. Does he survive this as coach of England?
I don't see how. And this is the thing. The last 4 years, and I like Brendan McCullum, and I like what he's done along with Ben Stokes for the England cricket team. Remember, the England cricket team under Joe Root were very insular. They couldn't really get out of their own way. They played very moribund type of cricket, and it was very dull and dreary. Now, they've gone so far the other way into sort of what I like. Test cricket is like a symphony. There's times where it's slow. There's times where you have to attack. There's times you have to absorb. There is a sort of rise and fall and a narrative over a test and a series. Well, England play like it's just thrash metal all the time. It's just go gung-ho. And I like what he's done to change that sort of narrative. The problem is it doesn't work like that, especially overseas. They lost 4-1 in India. They're going to lose this Ashes series here. And I don't see how, especially given some of the stuff, and that's what winds England fans up, and I suppose elements of the media as well, that they come out and, like after the Brisbane test, Brendan McCullum was saying, we think we over-prepared. No, you didn't. No, you didn't over-prepare for that Brisbane test. Are you just trolling England fans now? And I think that's how England supporters feel. I had a message come to me that said, from an England fan, that said, this is a very difficult England side to love. And I understand what he means. To get on board with them, they just seem to live in their own protective bubble, only think what they think, and everybody else is wrong, and they're just going to go ahead and do what they want to do. Well, they're finding out the cost of that right now.
They certainly are. Daggers, you're one of the best in the business. Thank you so much for joining us. And for your sake, I hope they can lift a little bit and at least give a bit of a dead cat bounce today.
Bring on the rain. Come on.
That's it. Do your rain days. Thank you, Daggers. Another chapter in Ashes history will be written today as Australia aims to secure the series and go 3-0 up in Adelaide. Nine cricket reporter Sam Jordan has been with the team. Sam, Atco is convinced that the English are going to win this test and the series.
I did. I said no such thing, Sam Jordan. I said no such thing.
Atco, I think that might be speaking maybe about a little bit too much time spent covering the rugby and not enough spent time covering the cricket. But at the moment, Australia does only need 4 wickets to win this Ashes series. But to be honest, at the moment, they need a little bit of sunshine as well. Rain has just swept across Adelaide. It sent everyone running in every direction. But that is expected to be the last down for Port this morning. If it does push back the start of play, there will be play getting underway sometime before lunch. And when that does happen, Australia will be marching towards the Ashes urn after a really impressive fight back with the ball yesterday. And I say fight back because England did show the fight and resilience that their fans have been waiting for right throughout this series. It did suddenly start to look like they might have a chance of seeing out a draw if they could bat through that day yesterday. But just when Australia needed someone to stand up, it was Nathan Lyon who did so. He took 3 wickets in a row, tearing through England's middle order and all of a sudden putting Australia on top. This is a ground where Lyon has had so much success. He used to work here as a groundsman before his elite career did take off. And it was a fitting moment to see him saluted by the Adelaide crowd as he walked off at the end of the day.
Close relationship. I thought he bowled really well. Plenty of energy. Got rewarded late, but yeah, felt like he worked through a lot of plans, a lot of fields, and hung in there and took those 3 wickets.
So there is a bit of a sense of inevitability to this all today. Australia needs 4 wickets. England does still need 228 runs to win, but I feel comfortable saying that that is impossible. And by the end of the day, the Australia team will have this Ashes series won in just 3 test matches.
Yeah, I love the sound of that. Sam, can I ask, is there any sense of claiming moral victory by the English because they've at least made it to day 5 of a test match for once?
What a sled.
Do you know what? There wasn't even any murmurings yesterday about how brave their batsmen were when they did hang in there at the crease. I think all the English fans that have been travelling out here for this tour, and there are so many as well, have been pretty resigned to the fact that this was going to be a long, tough summer from the moment that first test ended inside 2 days. So there's no moral victories. There will certainly be reviews at the end of this test match. Pressure is certainly going to rise on this staff. But yeah, for now, I think they're just hoping to try and survive it.
Thank you, Sam, for joining us. We'll talk to you a little bit later on. Surely there's a point here where they blame Harry and Meghan as well.
Any opportunity.
You got Coach, Harry and Meghan, and someone else will cop it.
How embarrassing for them to be beaten by the worst Australian team this century, as some of them said. As bad. That's what some of them said. Worst Australian team this century.
Coming out of your mouth for a second.